Hello students, let's get into the continuation part of second chapter, that is capital structure, and in this video we are going to solve two problems. Let's move on to the practical. Calculate financial leverage and operating leverage under situation A and B financial plans 1 and financial plan 2 respectively from the following relating to the operations and capital structure of XYZ Limited. So we need to calculate financial leverage and operating leverage for A and B situations and for financial plan 1 and financial plan 2. Here information given, that is installed capacity is 1,000 units and actual production and sales is 800 units. So we need to take into consideration this information, that is actual production and sales, that is we require. Then selling price per unit, rupees in lakhs given, it is 30 means rupees in thousand, so rupees 20,000 per unit. Variable cost is 15,000 per unit. Fixed cost is for situation A it is 800 means it is in given 1000 means 8 lakh, and situation B 1500 means 15 lakhs. Okay, so when you add 30 to this, it will become 15 lakhs. Then capital structure of financial plan 1, financial plan 2, equity capital in 1000, that is 5,000 given, but it is 50 lakhs. Then 70 lakhs equity capital, and debt capital 50 lakhs and 20 lakhs. Cost of debt is at 10%. So we need to calculate financial leverage and operating leverage by preparing a statement of income. And this is how we are preparing statement of income for two plans, for A situation and for B situation. Financial plan 1, where capital structure is equity capital 50 lakhs and debt capital is again 50 lakhs, and financial plan 2 equity is 70 lakh and debt is 20 lakh. So let's go for sales calculation. So sales is 20,000 per unit and units sold is 800 units. So 20,000 into 800, it is 16 lakh. 800 into 20,000. Same for two plan and two situation, it is 16 lakhs. Not 16 lakh, 1 crore 60 lakhs. 1 crore 60 lakh or 160 lakhs. Less variable cost. Variable cost is 15,000 per unit, 15,000 into 800. So it is 120 lakhs each. Contribution is 40 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 40 lakhs and 40 lakhs. Less fixed cost. For situation A, fixed cost is 8 lakh, and for situation B, fixed cost is 15 lakh. So situation A fixed cost is 8 lakh and situation B fixed cost is 15 lakh. So contribution minus fixed cost, answer is EBIT. 32 lakh and 25 lakh. Situation A 32 lakh, situation B 25 lakh, and financial plan 2 also the same. Less interest. Financial plan 1 has debt of 50 lakhs and financial plan 2 has a debt of 20 lakhs and rate of interest is 10%. So 50 lakh into 10% means interest is 5 lakh and financial plan 2 where debt is 20 lakhs but 20 lakh into 10%. So therefore EBT is equals to 27 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh and 23 lakh. So this much only enough because we need to calculate only operating leverage and financial leverage and no need to calculate EPS. So we need information till here. So let's go for calculating operating leverage. Formula is contribution divided by EBIT. So financial plan 1 for situation A operating leverage is 1.25 and situation B 1.6. Financial plan 2 where situation 1 has operating leverage of 1.25 and situation B 1.6. EBIT divided by EBIT is a formula for financial leverage. So situation A under financial plan 1 has a financial leverage of 1.19 time and situation B 1.25 and financial plan 2 situation 1 has a financial leverage of 1.07 and situation B 1.09. So because of fixed cost you can see there is a difference in operating leverage. That means operating risk profile has increased from 1.25 to 1.6 due to increase in fixed cost from 8 lakh to 15 lakh under both the plans. But financial leverage, financial risk goes up very nominal. That means there is no much difference. So only small changes you can observe here. So existence of fixed cost or increase in fixed cost increases the operating risk from 1.25 to 1.6 but financial risk also increased but it is increased by very little level. Let's go for one more problem. A company needs rupees 5 lakh for a construction of a new plant. The following 3 financial plans are feasible. So company requires a capital of 5 lakh. So to raise 5 lakh it goes for 3 financial plans. So there we are going to suggest which is the best plan. Okay. So company may issue 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 per share. So that entire 5 lakh can be raised by issuing equity shares of rupees 10 each. 50,000 equity shares means 5 lakh is raised by issuing equity. So the company may issue 25,000 equity shares of rupees 10 per share and 2,500 debentures of 100 each. And the rate of interest is 8%. So the second plan is this 5 lakh can be raised by issuing equity and debentures. 2,50,000, 2,50,000 debentures and equity that can be together raised to acquire 5 lakh rupees. The company may issue 25,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each and 2,500 preference shares of 100 each. So the third plan is to raise 2,50,000 through equity, remaining 2,50,000 through preference shares. If the company's earning before interest and tax are 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 60,000 and 1 lakh, that means EBIT is 10,000, 20,000, 40, 60 and 1 lakh. What are the earning per share, EPS under these 3 financial plans? We need to calculate the EPS for 3 plans, that is full equity, equity and debenture, equity and preference shares. Which alternative do you recommend and why? Assume a tax rate of 50%. So you have to recommend, so which alternative is the best and why it is best you have to suggest, and here tax rate is 50%. So this is a 24 marks problem. So this has appeared for 2007, 2009 and 2012 and also in the next year also it has appeared. So it is very important. So note down the problem. So financial plan 1. full equity. That means entire 5 lakh is raised by issuing equity shares of 50,000 shares of 10 each. So EBIT 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 60,000 and 1 lakh. Less interest. So this plan consists only equity. That's why there is no interest to deduct from EBIT because it has only equity shares, no debt. So EBT remains the same as it is as EBIT. So 10,000, 20, 40, 60 and 1 lakh. Less tax 50% on EBT. So 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. So earning after tax, so this only becomes surplus profit as there is no preference shares in this plan. So 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 and 50,000. So EPS is equals to surplus profit divided by number of equity shares. The number of equity shares given in problem, that is 50,000. So 5,000 surplus profit divided by number of shares 50,000. So 5,000 divided by 50,000. So rupees 0.10 is EPS for first EBIT under plan 1. Then 0.2, 0.4, 0.6 and rupees 1 when EBIT is 1 lakh under first plan. So EPS is rupees 1. Similarly, we need to calculate, we need to prepare statement of income for financial plan 2. Financial plan 2 has equity and debt. So equity is to 25,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each and 2,500 debentures of 100 each. So 2,50,000 equity, 2,50,000 rupees, 2,50,000 debenture. So EBIT 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 60,000 and 1 lakh. Less interest. So on debenture we need to calculate interest. So 2,500 into 100 it is 2,50,000. On that 8% means 20,000 is the interest for all the EBIT. So EBT is minus 10,000, nil, 20,000, 40,000, 80,000. Minus tax at 50%. So tax, we cannot charge tax for the loss, no profit, no loss. In that situation also there will be no tax. So third EBIT where tax is 10,000, 40,000 into 50%, 20,000, 80,000 into 50%, 40,000 is a tax. So earning after tax or surplus profit. So in this case there is no preference share, so that's why this only becomes surplus profit. So here there is a loss, here there is nothing, and 10,000, 20,000, 40,000 is a surplus profit. So EPS, we cannot calculate EPS for the 2 old EBIT because as there is no profit, so equity shareholders will not get any rate of amount of dividend. So third situation, 10,000 divided by 25,000 shares, so it is given in problem only. So 10,000 surplus profit divided by number of equity shares 25,000. So rupees 0.40 is EPS. 20,000 divided by 25,000, 0.8 is EPS. 40,000 divided by 25,000, it is rupees 1.60 is EPS. Financial plan 3 has equity of 2,50,000 and preference shares 2,50,000. 25,000 equity shares of 10 each, 2,500 preference shares of 100 each. EBIT 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 60,000, 1 lakh. As capital structure has only equity and preference shares, there is no debt, that's why there is no interest to deduct from EBIT. So EBT remains same as EBIT. Less tax at 50% on EBIT, that is EBT. So 20,000, 10,000 into 50%, 5,000, 20,000 into 50%, it is 10,000, 40,000 into 50%, 20,000, 60,000 into 50%, 30,000, 1 lakh into 50%, 50,000. Earning after tax is 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 and 50,000. Less preference dividend, 2,50,000 into 8%, so it is 20,000 each. So surplus profit, first two there is loss, and third there is no profit, no loss, and fourth 10,000, fifth 30,000. So EPS for fourth EBIT it is 0.4 rupees, and fifth EBIT 1.20 rupees. So we have to recommend which is the best alternative and which alternative they need to take up and why. So based on EPS we can suggest that here in case of first plan where EPS is maximum in fifth EBIT, that is rupees 1. And in case of financial plan 2, in fifth EBIT where EPS is 1.60, and third plan where EPS is 1.20 in fifth plan. So we can recommend then that when EBIT profit is 1 lakh, it is better to go for the second plan where EPS is maximum. So EPS is maximum in case of plan second where EBIT is 1 lakh. So it is better to go for the second plan which has equity and debt in its capital structure. Thank you.